Oh, here we go.
Okay. Good morning, everyone, far and wide. Before we get started, I'd like to let everyone know we're recording today's session. Welcome to our April AARP New Hampshire Coffee and Conversation, Walk with Ease. My name is Alan Cohen, and I am an AARP New Hampshire volunteer. Our guest speakers this morning are Rebecca Betts, Alyssa Lemmerman, and Lisa Ford from the Nutrition Connection at UNH Extension. Working with us are two other AARP New Hampshire volunteers, Frances Donahue and Donna Stevens. Frances is doing the registration and she will be messaging you for your name. Donna will be monitoring the chat box and raising your questions and comments throughout this program.
Just want to get this.
Before we begin, I would like to go over a few housekeeping items. Please be sure to mute your line by ensuring your microphone icon has a line through it. This will help us to eliminate any background noise. We would love to hear from you this morning, though, so if you would like to ask a question or comment, please use the chat box, which can be accessed by clicking the chat button at the bottom of your screen. At AARP New Hampshire, we are focused on the health, financial security, and social connections critical to the well-being of the 50+ in the granite state. We carry out our work through targeted advocacy at the state and federal levels, compelling engagement of the 50+ community statewide, and serving as a trusted resource for information for our members of the public. So here we go. The snow has melted, the crocuses are croaking, and the weather's getting warmer. What better way to enjoy the spring weather than to begin a walking exercise program? Walking is one of the best exercises. The Walk with Ease program can help anyone looking to begin or increase their movement of physical activity. Our three guest speakers will talk about the program and its benefit. Rebecca Betts is the Extension Field Specialist at UNH, and she has worked for Nutrition Connections since 2014. Her work includes nutrition education programs to limited income audiences and leading two statewide initiatives, creating and implementing programming for new Americans and older adults. She leads the Walk with Ease program, training group leaders, facilitating programming, and adapting curriculum. Her office is located at the Rockingham County Extension Office in Brentwood. Alyssa Lemmerman is an extension teacher with UNH Extension Nutrition Connections. She collaborates with community partners to educate youth, adults, and families on health and wellness. She trained as a Walk with Ease leader in 2018 and enjoys collaborating with community members to help them improve their health and confidence through walking and movement. Her office is located at the Merrimack County Extension Office in Boscawen. Our third guest is Lisa Ford, who is also an extension teacher with UNH Extension Nutrition Connections. She has been with the program since 2010, providing nutrition educational programs in schools and with community organizations. Her dynamic teaching style engages participants to expand their knowledge and behaviors to increase dietary and food security practices to achieve a healthier lifestyle and well-being. She is also a trained group leader for the Walk with Ease program. Her office is in Plymouth at the Whole Village Family Resource Center. Welcome, Rebecca, Alyssa, and Lisa, and thank you for joining us this morning. What are some of the common mistakes that people make when starting an exercise program?
Good morning. Thank you for hosting Alyssa, Lisa, and I. I just wanted to reiterate that we're all employees of UNH Extension, and I hope that many of you are familiar with Extension. We are a New Hampshire community statewide, providing education to our residents on a variety of topic areas so including agriculture, forestry, conservation, 4-H programming, nutrition and physical education, community resiliency, economic development, and then health and well-being. And the program that we are here to talk to you about today falls under our health and well-being team. And our program team strives to support healthy choices and create healthy communities. We provide research-based information, training, and technical assistance to help New Hampshire succeed and thrive. Some of our examples of our team programming include we collaborate with farmers markets and food pantries to ensure food access to all residents of New Hampshire. We educate consumers, restaurants, farmers, and pantries on food safety and preservation. We provide nutrition education. We provide education in school classrooms, preschools, at housing authorities, community centers, and in collaboration with many community partners. And we also provide training in mental health first aid, chronic disease self-management, and social, emotional, and mindful learning. So the program that we're here to talk about today, the Walk with Ease program, is part of our physical education outreach. And I've been teaching Walk with Ease classes for about 5 years now, and I've always enjoyed meeting participants and sharing their walking successes with them. But participants have also shared those challenges. And one of the most common that I have heard is that many find it difficult to maintain a walking program because the expectations they have set for themselves is too much, and it often feels overwhelming. The participants have also shared that they have had limited success with past walking programs because they start off too fast, they go too hard, and they go too far. And it's difficult to maintain that intensity over time. So there are many Walk with Ease approaches for success. We walk in groups. These groups can provide social support, motivation, reinforcement, and assistance with problem solving to help members become and stay active in an exercise program. Ideally, the walking groups will continue after the program has ended. We also provide health education on many topic areas, including osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, managing pain and stiffness, tips on proper clothing and equipment, monitoring for physical problems, what to do when exercise hurts, and how to anticipate and overcome barriers to being physically active. In the Walk with Ease program, we follow a 5 basic walking pattern as a group and modeled by group leaders. We warm up, we stretch, and then we walk, and then we cool down, and then we stretch again. Stretching exercises are an integral part of the program and will help prevent shin pain, sore muscles, and other injuries. Stretching also increases flexibility, which is important because losing range of motion can reduce your ability to do the basic everyday activities of daily living, such as reaching high in a cabinet or bending down to pick something up off the floor. We follow a walking progression chart to build up to the recommended 30 minutes of walking 3 days per week, and we gradually progress to those 30 minutes over the course of the program. Participants develop a walking contract and a plan of action to meet their goals. Right in the beginning, we decide how long you will commit to walking. We lay out goals and specific steps. We state when you will walk, how often you will walk, and then select a reward for yourself to celebrate your success. The contract, along with a walking diary, which keeps records of your weekly activities, helps to make and maintain changes in your overall levels of physical activity and helps keep you on track to meeting those goals. We also do fitness assessments. They're completed at regular intervals throughout the program, and this gives participants a good gauge of their progress as they move from week to week.
My goodness, that's wonderful. Are there any other benefits aside from just the apparent physical benefits of getting into a good exercise program?
absolutely. So walking, like other forms of exercise, offer many benefits to your body and your spirit. Besides being inexpensive, convenient, and fun, walking can help to strengthen the heart and lungs, nourish your joints, help you build bone, fight osteoporosis, burn calories, control weight, reduce stress, improve your mood, and boost your energy. Walking is also safer and puts less stress on the body than other forms of aerobic exercise. And walking is an especially good exercise choice for people who are older or have been less active. And beautiful out, spring is a great time to start walking. The weather's beautiful, and who doesn't want to be outside this time of year?
Are there any people for whom have any restrictions or any cautions before beginning a walking program?
We do have a waiver to sign in the beginning, and if you have any concerns, you should definitely touch base with your doctor. But generally, anybody who can stand for 10 minutes without increased pain is absolutely welcome to join our program. There's an individual progression, so we all work individually at our own goals over the course of the program. So everybody's welcome. They do have that consideration. If you are able to stand for 10 minutes or at least 10 minutes without increased pain, then it's a great program for you to begin with.
Yeah. And your goal is to have someone walk for at least 30 minutes every day?
No, so the recommendation is 30 minutes, 3 days a week, ideally gradually going up to additional time, but that's the Walk with Ease goal, is starting off at maybe 5 minutes every session and then gradually increasing to 30 minutes. And those can be broken up in different, you can do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, and 10 minutes in the evening to get that 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be all done at one time.
And is there a prescribed method of warming up and warming down after the walk?
Oh yes, we have the 5 basic walking pattern, absolutely.
Right.
We warm up our bodies for 3 to 5 minutes by either marching in place or walking around at a slower pace. And then we have prescribed stretches that we all do as a group. And then we choose our amount of time to walk. And then we cool down again by slowing down and gradually walking for another 3 to 5 minutes. And then we do the same stretches again at the end. And you'll definitely learn about those stretches, and they'll be modeled for you from a group leader, and there's videos online as well.
Fantastic. Dawn, I wanted to ask if there was any, because I can't see it from where I am. Have there been any questions on the chat? Anybody have any?
I haven't seen any questions yet.
Okay, but if anyone has some, please
Get away.
please be add them to the chat for yourself.
But I can hear Mary now.
Oh, we can. Okay, great. Welcome,
All right.
welcome, Mary. We're happy to have you with us with your ears on. So that's great. Rebecca and other guests, how would we get in touch? How would we start a walking program? How would we begin? You're muted.
So I can tell you a little bit about the registration program.
Sure.
So if someone wants to connect with us to learn more about the program, we're going to, I'll put a link in the chat so that people can click on. That's the link to register for the program. And we will have a flyer that can be sent out to everybody. But when this program is being offered, we'll be offering the Walk with Ease classes monthly, collaborating with the New Hampshire AARP to offer 2 class options, both starting on May 4th and running through June 8th. The 2 classes are being offered so that one can be in the daytime and one can be in the afternoon or early evening. And as they're self-directed, which means that participants, again, everyone's going at their own pace and they're going independently. It's a 6-week schedule, and that incorporates weekly emails, videos, Zoom support. So for our sessions, we meet on Zoom. And also each participant is expected to complete a registration form, and that's the link I have, and also a waiver, which then people will be sent their Walk with Ease books at no cost. In addition to assess the benefits of the Walk with Ease class, we ask participants to complete a physical activity assessment at the beginning and the end of each series. And again, these 2 classes that we're inviting New Hampshire AARP members to register will take place on Wednesdays, starting May 4th, ending June 8th. There are 2 classes to choose from, either noon to 1 or 4 to 5, whichever session best fits the schedule. And the emails will go out. And then the group conversations are a great time to talk about what's working well or any challenges and how do we support one another in a virtual class format. I know you had asked the question about, who's eligible. And I also want to share that the program really is for anyone. I have had individuals who've joined class with walkers. So we're not limited. And again, it's just if you can stand and walk, and everyone can be included.
That's great.
Alan,
Donna? Yes.
I do have questions now.
Great.
Quite a few have come in. And one person asked Mike asked if this can be related to Fitbit steps. And that was right at the end of Rebecca's presentation.
Sure. I mean, Fitbit's a great way to track your walking. We typically go by minutes of walking, not actual steps, but it's a Fitbit. I have a Fitbit. It's a great way to track to see how active you've been all day long. So we typically go by the minutes of our walking time.
Rebecca, I also have a question, was how do you manage those who want to walk farther and go faster, or does everyone stay together?
Great question. So this class that we're specifically doing currently is a self-directed enhanced class. And so those classes, your walking is independent, and we're meeting weekly on Zoom because we're all spread across the state. So that's the support that we're getting is on Zoom, and we're walking independently 3 times a week. But generally what happens when we do have an in-person class, and we will be offering those in different communities across the state as well. What happens typically is that it's an independent and individual program. And so people walk at varied speeds. Typically I've found that there have been kind of partners that kind of team up, if these 2 go a little faster, these 2 are a little bit slower. And then I don't know about Alyssa and Lisa, I typically kind of jump around and chat with everybody as we're walking as well. But yeah, we do not have to go as a strict group, but we meet as a group, we support as a group, we cool down and stretch and warm up and stretch as a group, and then we walk independently. And really, it's an individual program where you make that contract with yourself. And we do those fitness assessments. So we are able to see those individual successes over the course of the program.
Okay, and Rebecca, there's still some more questions regarding that. They probably came before you just presented, but so this program is independent of today's session, and this is an information session only. I'm ready to get going today, from Marianne. And she also wants to know, does this group meet in person? Can I participate from New York? Another one said, do you have to live in New Hampshire? Because I live in New Jersey, or not I, but Denise. And then Marianne came back and said, thank you. Question about remote participation just answered. So that.
Oh, great.
Wait a minute, one more. Does this walking need to be dedicated, or does the walking we do while grocery shopping, for example, count as part of the program?
So those are all great questions. So let me the program is funded by, in collaboration with the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services. So it is for New Hampshire residents, but we'd be happy to research. It is provided nationwide, and I belong to a national group of individuals who lead these walk with these programs. And so I'd be happy to do some research or connect with some of our partners nationwide to see where you can access the program in your own state if you wanted to do that group program. If you are more than welcome, anybody is more than welcome to do this program completely independently. You would just purchase the book. It's available on the Arthritis Foundation's website. You would follow along just chapter by chapter. And a lot of the resources are online. There's videos online to show you all the stretching techniques. You could do it with a partner or a friend. The contracts in the book, the walking diaries in the book, some assessments are in the book. So anybody is welcome to do that program independently. So we could definitely, I'm just looking at the chat. So yeah, I mean, they're offered at a variety of different locations. So if you have a difficulty finding one in New York, I'm just reading the chat, definitely let me know and we can help you find a resource for that as well. And I'm hoping to do more classes in person. But as of right now, unless you had a friend to walk with, or maybe somebody else in the group was doing it with you and you live close together and wanted to join forces to be walking that often, then you can definitely do that. It does need to be a dedicated, committed walking time. Like we're investing in ourselves, we're investing in our health. So to dedicate some time, and like I said, it's hard to find that 30-minute chunk sometimes. So if you can do it in 10, 10, or 15 and 15, that works as well, but definitely committed to your health and to walking and to enjoying the scenery and being outside and breathing the air, and just kind of, it's a whole body experience, mind too. So it does not cost anything. Sorry, Donna, am I jumping ahead? I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, there is no cost. There's no cost.
There's no cost. Okay, so you did answer Deborah's question. And Paula wants to know, can we get the link to registration and how to obtain the book?
Yeah, Elisa's going to stick the registration link in there. And I know Alyssa had just a little overview kind of the program as well that she was going to share as well. But was that the last question for right now?
That's the last question for now.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
Alyssa.
I'd be happy just to chime in. Thanks for having us here today. And I'll just kind of give some more of like the broader strokes of the Walk With Ease program and, you know, what you have to look forward to. So as both Lisa and Becky had shared, this is a 6-week program, and it's actually been proven to reduce the pain of arthritis and improve just our overall health. And I also like to mention that this is a program that can really benefit anyone. So if you're coming, trying to seek relief from any arthritis pain you're experiencing, or maybe you just want to be active, this program could certainly be a good fit. It can teach you how to safely make physical activity a part of your everyday life. We really emphasize that safety aspect. And in the process, it can help to improve balance and really just build that confidence. So, walking is the central activity, certainly, but like we've kind of been hearing, there's some other really great components to this program. So we have that health education aspects. There's stretching and strengthening exercises that are built into it, and some really great motivational strategies that we can rely on, especially when we face any challenges or barriers throughout the course of the program. We have that guidebook that we mentioned, and also a suggested walking schedule that can kind of keep us on track and help us to gradually meet our goals. And what's really unique about this program is that is really designed for you to adapt to your own needs. So this is your program. There's not a one size fits all. So you make your own walking plan. You're tailoring your exercises and your walking times to your needs, and you go at your own pace. So your starting point is exactly where you are right now. And this program helps you to gradually meet your fitness goals over time.
That's great. Rebecca, you mentioned earlier when you were chatting about just being out and enjoying the scenery. And there are some places that are just prettier to walk than in other places, although there's no restrictions and no reason why people just can't walk in the city or wherever they live. But have you circled in on any particular walking trails in the state of New Hampshire that you particularly like, that lend themselves to wide enough trails for people to walk 2 and 3 abreast, and the ground is rather stable and without a lot of ruts and things in it? Have you found places that you like better than others, and have you compiled a list of them?
So that's a great question. I know Alyssa, I'm going to have Alyssa take this one because she's been working, for anyone in the city of Concord, she's been working with their planner to create such a list. Alyssa, do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So we get that question a lot. A lot of folks, are just wondering where to walk, what would be appropriate, and Walk with Ease does kind of provide a nice outline of the different level of surfaces that would be most appropriate for what you're looking for. So really we look for these level 1 surfaces. So kind of like what you're referring to, Alan, those like flat, steady, stable surfaces. And so I recently reached out to our local City of Concord trails manager because I was also curious. I'm a resident of Concord and my office is nearby. So I was wondering what resources would be available to folks, in this area specifically, or even if they want to, travel a little bit and explore the Concord trails. What trails, because we have a very robust trail system, what trails would kind of meet those level 1 standards? And so they were generous enough to start going through and work to identify a list of trails that would be considered level 1, trails that would be considered level 2, and trails that would be considered level 3. So right now I'm just working with them to make that information available, since it could really help inform folks, of which trails might be most appropriate to check out.
Great. Do people often ask you, as they prepare a walking program, what are the best shoes to wear? I remember one time going into a running store and asking for a great pair of walking shoes, and what they said is the best kind of walking shoes are the best running shoes that you can buy, because they typically are made for all kinds of circumstances, including walking. Do you have any thoughts or recommendations about what people should do to prepare, and what kind of footwear they should have?
Yeah, so that's one of the pieces of information that is outlined in the guidebook. It goes through kind of the essential equipment. So, what footwear is most appropriate, how to select that footwear, clothing, socks. So it kind of provides a really nice overview of everything you need to get started and what to take into consideration. And in terms of footwear, it provides a lot of really great tips to take into consideration, and some that you might not even think of, like the time of day, even when you're going to try on footwear, like how that could impact the fitting and the comforts. So just a lot of really great information in the guidebook. And Becky and Lisa, feel free to chime in if you have any other ideas.
I was just laughing because I remember someone saying to me once, why do I need to come to a walking program? I put one foot in front of the other and then I go. And at the end, he said, "I am so glad I did this because I learned so much." And Ellen, it was just about that. It's about the socks, the shoes, the surfaces, and things of that nature. So for me, that was just, like why it's important. And not only that, but it's also the support, because we come across different challenges based on where we are throughout the state. Like, where do I walk? How do you find someplace? And it's nice to have input from other individuals who live in various parts of the state. And Donna had asked a question about living in different locations. And part of it is because the walking program is done independently. We get the same information through the videos and through the reading. We walk independently, so it's at our own pace, and then we come together to learn more. So I hope that answers.
Yeah, I was going to comment that we had a couple more come in that said, "I see Walk with Ease opportunities in New Jersey. One's in Suffolk County and one's in Plainfield." Joan asked if there was a Walk with Ease program in Nevada. And someone came into the meeting late and they wanted to know if the walking commitment was done as a group. And if it's done as a group, where is it done if we live throughout New Hampshire?
Yes, perfectly. Yeah, so this program specifically is done independently, independent walking, and so we're not meeting as a group to walk. You're more than happy to find your own groups. We always encourage people. I mean, that's one of those motivational strategies, right? If someone's waiting for you to walk, you're going to go walk with them. And so we encourage you to find walking partners, have them join the group with us. But yes, because all of the participants, all of you are probably all statewide, we're going to be doing the self-directed enhanced, which is more connecting over Zoom and through emails and videos and supporting everybody in that manner. And then you'd be walking independently. And I also wanted to just give you a quick, I know I'm probably blurry, but this is the book. This is like, now I have to turn off my blur feature, but I don't know if I can do that. But anyway, I'll stand up because I put it in front of me. This is the book. And just for an example, like this is a whole shoe checklist right here. Like it just goes through how to choose the best shoes. And so there's lots of different resources in the book that you'll be able to access once you register for the class.
That's great. Where was the Walk with Ease program initially developed?
Oh, I think we neglected to say that. It's through the Arthritis Foundation. So you can Google the Arthritis Foundation, and it's one of their featured programs, the Walk with Ease. So it's an evidence-based curriculum. At Extension, we only provide evidence-based information, and so all of the curriculum that we use is not developed by us, then is from a reputable and evidence-based organization. So it's through the Arthritis Foundation. There's a lot of different resources on the Arthritis Foundation's website. I definitely encourage everybody to check that out.
Fantastic. Great. Are there any other questions or comments from anyone in?
Yeah, we got a lot of comments. A lot of people have been registering and said that they registered, thanking us for the information. They filled out the form to get the book and they're looking forward to it. And then we also have a comment here about the Arthritis Foundation Walk with Ease website that is also in the chat box. So if many of you want to go to the chat, you'll see several links in there, both for New Hampshire and New York, and this one as well. That's all I have.
Fantastic. Great.
Yeah, and we do have, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say we do have a nice, beautiful flyer that's going to go out to everybody. Mary said that she would send that out, but unfortunately, we just have the wrong registration link on the flyer. So I'm just going to update that link, and then I'll send it to Mary, and everyone will have all the information to connect with Lisa and Alyssa, because they're going to be your two group leaders for the classes in May, and it'll also have the registration link again.
Fantastic. Well, I can tell by the enthusiasm in the audience, this is something I think a lot of people are going to try. I think they recognize this is going to be so beneficial for everyone on so many different levels. And Alyssa, the backdrop that you have on your screen is both inspirational and aspirational by looking at the scenery in back of your head there. So. Well, terrific. If there aren't any other questions or comments, I just want to tell the three of you, Rebecca, Alyssa, and Lisa, that we very, very much appreciate you sharing all the information about the Walk with Ease program. I certainly have learned a lot, and we can tell there's lots and lots of value in what you're proposing. So, and we also want to thank everyone in the audience for joining us today for today's coffee and conversation. I hope that you enjoyed hearing from our guests, and the information and resources will be of value to you, and I hope that you all give it a try. I would encourage all of you also to visit AARP's website. You don't have to be a member of AARP to access it. We'll put a link in the chat, hopefully, aarp.org, and check the AARP New Hampshire website often, aarp.org/nh, for more virtual programs coming soon, including live cooking demonstrations, paint and sip events, gentle yoga, and of course, many more coffee and conversations. So to all of you, thank you very much for attending. Be well and take care.